How to lose body fat forever? Well, that's the question. I'm a 74-year-old grandma. I'm going to reveal to you how I got rid of a 20-year weight problem forever. I did it without diets or gimmicks. I lost 30 pounds in 12 weeks. After more than a decade, it still makes me look and feel 10 years younger. This is me about 10 years ago. I was caught by surprise and clearly embarrassed. I had already lost some weight, but I still weighed around 150 pounds. My biggest weight ever was 165 pounds, but I now trust my body to keep me slim. You see, I learned to work with my body instead of against it. I let it do the work it was always meant to do. That's not difficult once you learn how. This is me 12 months ago, talking to a small group about my weight loss. I thought then I had the ideal weight of 134 pounds. It was, I thought, the most suitable weight for a woman of my age. But my body disagreed. Gradually, it forced me down to a range of 120 to 124 pounds. A little further along, you'll see how I look today. My weight is now whatever my body decides. I learned my lesson. Never argue with your body. But let me tell you my story. For 20 years, I tried every diet that came along. To my friends, I was the fool who never gave up and stuck to every diet till the bitter end. I never failed a diet. They all failed me. For the past decade, I've learned to follow my instincts. I've lost all the weight without dieting. I'm slim and healthy. I never have cravings or hunger pain. So what's my secret? How did I go from a fat, unhealthy, pre-type 2 diabetic with a thyroid condition to the lean, healthy, useful grandma I am today, without a diet plan or an exercise program? I want to share with you exactly how I've made it work so I can stay slim, healthy and energetic, not for a few months or a year or two, but for the rest of my life. This is a photo taken on my 74th birthday on the 23rd of June 2015. I was there with my son and grandson. For the record, I'm 5'5.5". After a big meal, I weighed in at 124 pounds. Till I was 43 years old, I was always lean and healthy. I never gave my weight a thought. I didn't need to, but that suddenly changed. Years later, it got me thinking what had changed. I must have missed something really big, something so important. It changed me and my friends from lean, healthy people who thought diets were only for sick people to people with a completely different belief that to have a slim, healthy body, everybody has to diet. I knew this was crazy because all around us, most people began to diet, and most of them, like me, began to get fat. With hindsight, it's obvious the diet message was never in step with reality. In all my years, I never met anyone who successfully lost their weight for good on a diet. Have you? Our digestive system hasn't changed in eons. It was never suitable for human intervention, but today we stuff it with alien foods and call it a diet. That's because our culture demands we must diet to be healthy. But why do we continue to diet when we know it doesn't work? We've all felt the bursts of excitement when we start that new fail-safe miracle diet, the one everybody's talking about. We know the euphoria when we get a big weight loss. We also know that sick feeling as we helplessly watch the weight return, and it always does. We worked so hard to succeed. We did it by the book. To prove it, we lost some weight. Now we feel kind of cheated and blame ourselves. A moment of clarity should finally make us think, this just doesn't make any sense. We did the research. We chose the most recommended diet. We followed the diet to the letter and didn't cheat. We even lost some weight. But the weight soon returned. It wasn't long before we had more fat than when we began. So before we let ourselves sink into that big black hole, let's pause for a moment and ask, what's really going on here? According to today's statistics, 6 out of 10 people are overweight or obese. You can confirm that by taking a walk through the mall. So we come to that big question. What's the difference between my experience with weight loss and yours? It's a very minor, tiny detail. I'm old enough to have lived before it became normal to diet. Over many years, I always thought things I observed that didn't make any sense to me. When I retired, I was ready to, write my book. It was then I realized all the bits and pieces I had saved were all pieces of the same puzzle. This was an epiphany for me because it allowed me to see the big picture. It linked together the events that had troubled me for so long. I finally had a clear picture of the actions and events that had triggered mine and everyone else's weight problems. Once I remembered everything, I knew exactly what I had to do to lose weight. Not for a few weeks, a month, or a year or two, but for good, without diets or exercise. I understood why diets and obesity will always go hand in hand. So why am I sharing this with you? What I know will one day become common knowledge, but that won't be any time soon. I'm sharing this because it weighs on my mind and it's simply too important not to tell. But this is not like sharing a recipe. Let's be real. There is no point in me giving you the big picture unless I also teach you how to use it. Here's something for you to consider. When I finally lost my weight for good, I was already in my 60s. I had several diet-related health problems. If I could do it then, you can do it now. I'll teach you, step by step, how to lose 30 pounds permanently in just 12 weeks. You can continue the membership and the weight loss till all the weight is gone for good. I won't be satisfied till you are completely happy with your results, and I'm sure neither will you or your body. You won't learn this method from others. The few who know it will keep it to themselves as long as they can. Their business and their income depends on it. Think about it. The last thing the multi-million-dollar diet and weight loss industries hope for is a permanent solution to everybody's weight problems. I know a lot of what I say sounds just too good to be true or too strange to be believable, but that's to be expected with anything that's meant to stay a secret. Millions of dollars are being made on this secret every day. When you learn it, you'll see many things differently. You will have the knowledge to protect your family and make your own informed decisions. Read the page below and learn what this membership can do for you. Think of this as your first and probably only opportunity to lose your weight forever. So grab the special offer while you can.